Hello, I'm the 10-minute English teacher. Let's get you exam ready. Today we're thinking about Macbeth by William Shakespeare, and I'm going to be teaching you about moments involving bravery in the play. Before we get going, don't forget to like and subscribe. There are plenty of things on the channel to help you understand all of the key moments and each act in the playlist that's on my channel. Okay, let's think about moments involving bravery in Macbeth by William Shakespeare. We are thinking about bravery in the play, and in order to think about that, we're going to think about key characters. On the left-hand side here, we've got characters that exhibit moments of bravery. At the top, we've got Banquo, followed by Macduff, Macduff's son, and Macbeth himself. We also have characters in the play who exhibit cowardice, and those characters are, from the bottom to the top, Macbeth, Lady Macbeth, and quite interestingly, Malcolm. By the end of this video, you're going to find out how we can argue that Malcolm has a cowardly side. We're going to start with Banquo. And in Act 1, King Duncan is asking a captain about progress on the battlefield. When he's asking about Banquo and Macbeth, he says, were they dismayed? And is told as sparrows, eagles, or the hare, the lion. So in battle, Banquo and Macbeth have showed great bravery. Another character that exhibits bravery is Macduff, a courageous character. There are two moments in the play that I've shared with you here that show his brave side. Now, at the end of Act 2, Beth is going to be made king, and Macduff is asked if he's going to go to Scone to see Macbeth crowned. Macduff says, I'll to Fife. Now, this is a brave moment. He's choosing to go home rather than go to see Macbeth become king, and he is refusing to align himself with Macbeth, which is actually quite a big act of courage. He's putting himself in opposition to Macbeth because of his suspicions, and when he fights later with Macbeth, he says, my voice is in my sword. So the fact that he is a brave and courageous character who refuses to back down and chooses to fight for good gives him an oppositional aside to Macbeth. We also have Macduff's son. When the castle in Fife is stormed and Macduff's valour is being challenged by the men who've stormed the castle, Macduff's son says, thou liest, thou shag-head villain, and faces the armed men down, even though he is extremely vulnerable. We also have Macbeth showing a courageous side. Now, we know that he's courageous given the account that's given to King Duncan from the captain in Act 1, and another moment involving Macbeth's bravery is towards the end of the play in Act 5, when he realises that things are going wrong for him and everything's falling apart. He still shows that courageous side and is prepared to fight to the death and says, I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. He's keen to take an army on his own. We also have the cowardly side to Macbeth, and this is a moment involving Macbeth and Lady Macbeth in Act 1. She's told him that she wants him to kill King Duncan, and rather than being assertive and telling Lady Macbeth that that's not what he wants to do, he says, we'll speak about this further. As in, I think we can talk about this later, and just tries to change the conversation rather than being assertive and standing his ground. That's something he's unable to do in conversations about killing King Duncan with Lady Macbeth. Now, Lady Macbeth also does show a cowardly side. It's a bit subtle and very easily overlooked, but she's not the person who has done the killing. She's the one who comes up with the plans and manipulates Macbeth to execute them, but she isn't involved in the murders and doesn't, in that sense, directly commit the deeds of killing in order to achieve the power that she craves. Now, she says, having seen King Duncan asleep, had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done. As in, if he didn't look like my father, I would have killed him myself. Now, we've also got Malcolm. Now, Malcolm is King Duncan's son, and he flees to England. You could argue that that's an act of cowardice, but ultimately he is in grave danger when his father is killed, given that that is somebody who is conspiring against King Duncan and potentially him. Now, when Macduff is told that his family have been killed, Malcolm uses Macduff's guilt in order to encourage him to want to kill Macbeth, and says, be this the whetstone of your sword. Let this grief that you're going through because you've just found out your family's been killed be the thing that sharpens your sword. You use a whetstone to sharpen a sword, so be this the whetstone of your sword is what he says to Macduff. Now, Malcolm's father has been killed by Macbeth, and it's interesting that Malcolm isn't the one who wants to fight Macbeth himself. He's ultimately going to be king. That would be an act of courage, but he's encouraging Macduff to do the fighting for him. So there is a way of arguing that actually Malcolm is a bit of a cowardly character and wimps out of fighting Macbeth himself. So those are the key characters. in the play that exhibit moments of either bravery and valour or cowardice. Now, if you want to take it further, all you need to do is click the link in the description for this video and you'll be able to get yourself copies of these free worksheets. You fill in the details of the moments involving them and also the key quotes that have been shared in this alongside any interpretations that you may have. Okay, check out the other videos on my channel. I'll continue to have content. Feel free to ask something you'd like to see me cover in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share and keep revising.